can you discuss a little bit more about what makes the US-China economic relationship in particular so unique and important?
Well, while China is our third largest market overseas and one of our largest suppliers, China is at the same time a geopolitical challenger. And if that's not complicated enough, then in the technology area that we are undergoing incredibly intense competition. And oftentimes that is competition that's not well structured or bounded or guided by WTO rules or principles. WTO was written so long ago that it does not account for the internet or digital technology or genetic technology or many other
Right.
types of technology. So it's this combination of relationships that China is one of our biggest suppliers, one of our biggest markets, one of our biggest geopolitical challengers, and one of our technology rivals that makes the relationship with China unique. So just to look at the technology side for a second, I think that it's fair to say that the US and China, in many senses, are interdependent on technology, but also fierce rivals at the same time. And when you have that interdependence with a fierce rival, then you get a lot of tension. And certainly we have seen that in the technology space. Indeed, both governments are emphasizing supply chain security and trying to ensure that there isn't a single point of failure that might involve the other country. And thus, in the case of the United States, we have seen a large number of export control actions, Chinese companies being put on the entities list, not only for technology reasons, but IPR reasons, human rights reasons. We've also seen Treasury Department sanctions. We have seen State Department visa restrictions. And on the Chinese side also, there's been a welter of new policy tools that have been announced, if not employed, by the Chinese government, including national security reviews, cybersecurity reviews, the unreliable entities list, the anti-sanctions rules. And so particularly in the technology space, many American companies active in China, and indeed, I think you could say the same is true of Chinese companies acting in America, are concerned about a conflict of laws, whereby if they adhere to their home country's law, they might be inadvertently, ipso facto, violating their host country's laws. And if that is an untenable situation for any corporation. And so I'm hopeful that we won't get there. But as both governments are deeply committed to increasing technology and increasing self-reliance, to jobs in that country, and to the importance of technology as a feature of national security, it's becoming more and more difficult for Chinese high-tech companies to do business in the US and American high-tech companies to do business in China. And that, I think, is quite unique to the US-China relationship, and something that bears careful scrutiny in the months and the years ahead. This is a story that's still being written, and where policy is, to say the least, very, very active.